John Krasinski with The Athletic here. Can you just take us through a little bit of the process of your summer and how it started and what kind of ultimately led to you being here?
Yeah, nice to meet you, man. I think, the summer was good. You take a little time, get your body right, and you start getting your mind right, and, you just kind of following the craziness, free agency and everything that's going on, and that was my first free agency, so sitting with my agent trying to go through it, I just tried to stay present through it all. It was a lot going on, but ultimately got on the phone with coach and Tim and had conversations and just felt like the opportunity might be right, and ultimately dived in, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad to be here.
What do you like most about your fit with this group?
Yeah, I feel like I just kind of fit the theme of the team already, which is just versatility, being able to be on the ball, off the ball, and just kind of affect the game in different areas. I think that's kind of where I fit in, and I'm excited to get it going.
Nice shake. Chris Hine from the Star Tribune. When you did have those conversations with Tim and with Coach Finch, what did they kind of sell you on in terms of what your role might look like? Did they mention any minutes or anything like that, or how did that kind of process play out?
No minutes. We didn't really talk about that. It was just more so the fit, and Coach was just telling me how he liked the fact of my versatility. I could be on the ball, be a point guard, and then also have the mentality of scoring and really look to be aggressive. And I think, with, Mike and Ant, coming in, I think I can just, affect the game in many different ways, especially make an impact with the second unit too, get it going, or slide up to the first unit and, help out and do what needs to be done. That's what I think it fits in so perfectly about this team. It's just the versatility and guys being able to plug in at different spots and help the team win.
When you kind of look at the roster, you probably will be on the floor with maybe two big guys at a time, whether it be Carl, Rudy, or Nas, two of those three at a time. What do you, as kind of somebody who might be playing a decent amount of point guard, what's the key to making those lineups work, especially on the offensive end?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it's communication, and also it's just probably just a little bit of feel, getting out there and really getting to experience it and developing some type of chemistry. Those are three talented bigs, and, two of them, who can really step out and shoot and stretch the floor. I think that'll definitely help. But I feel like the more we get out there, the more we get reps in, I feel like everybody will just kind of develop a little chemistry that way. But I definitely see it working. It should be fun.
Shake, nice to meet you. Kind of going off of that, when you are going to a new team, you've only been on the one team, and you're looking at, all right, I'm going to be playing with Kat and Rudy and Nas, like Chris was just saying. Is that something where you're kind of like studying that, like looking at that over the course of the summer of how you might be able to, as the guard, bring more out of those bigs?
Yeah, I've definitely started to do that already. Like, I'll type in guys' little highlights and, just see, like, some of the good games that they've had on YouTube, just check in and kind of see, how they are getting their buckets or getting the ball and, kind of how they play. It's like you sign with a team and then you just get super excited. You're like, I want to know everything. So, like, I'm going back on the NBA app, trying to watch games and stuff like that and just see how it would all work. And I think it will. I think I'll be able to fit right in. Just from my short time being around the guys, it seems like everybody here is unselfish, and they all have a certain mentality and a certain goal in mind. And I think it's just going to be, a perfect match.
Britt Robson with MinPost. When Coach Finch was up here earlier today, he was talking about building an identity, and the word physical and physicality came into play a lot in his descriptions. As somebody who's like 6'5", over 200, playing the 1 or the 2 sometimes, do you play a physical game? Do you utilize that size advantage you often have on the ball?
I definitely do. I feel like I have to, not just being the quickest or the most athletic guy. I definitely feel like I use my force when I'm going downhill and I'm attacking. I feel like you have to do that. But then also defensively, just the lineups that we'll be able to have, we'll have a bunch of, taller, longer, guys who can really stay in front and then also cover for one another. So then it opens up the defense even more, being able to switch and things like that. So I think it'll be fun.
Another aspect that might fit this team was very poor on the boards a lot, particularly in the offensive glass on occasion compared to previous seasons. Your metrics show a pretty good proclivity for getting offensive rebounds and putbacks. Is that part of your game, and how were you? Was that kind of system, or was that you more in Philly?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't know that. I think I was a very good offensive rebounder. Most times they're telling me to get back on defense. Be the first line of defense. But I feel like I can, and I feel like once I kind of get a feel for what the team's strategy is, like sometimes if shots happen and you're in the corner, they do give you freedom to kind of go in and crash, just depending on where you are to the ball. So it just depends. But I think above all else, it just starts with the mentality of it, you know what I mean? And if we can carry that mentality, start the mentality now, and then just continue to build it and make it a point of emphasis, I think we can definitely turn up and do some things.
Do you think playing with Joel as many years as you did as kind of a dominant big helps you? I mean, obviously Rudy and Cat are both distinct from Joel, three very different players. But just having that size and that low post presence, both on offense and on defense, is that helpful, having that history?
Yeah, I think it definitely is helpful, just kind of knowing how big guys move, where they will be out on the floor. And, I mean, Joel definitely helped me a lot on defense, and I'm sure Rudy and Kat are going to help me a ton on defense too. You know what I mean? You try to stay in front, you try to do the best you can, but if you can just kind of funnel into the big sometimes, the big will clean up a lot of your mistakes. So I'm definitely grateful to have them, and I'm excited to get playing with them.
A couple days ago, you celebrated your 27th birthday, so
Yeah.
happy belated. I have to ask, this plain cake thing, has that always been your style, or did you have a run-in with icing in the past?
First off, I appreciate it. Second of all, icing has never been my thing, man. Like, even as a kid, I would get the icing and I would, just scrape it off, So it's never been my thing. My whole family calls me weird for it, but, my mom would always just make me a little cake, you know what I mean? To myself, a little personal cake, no icing. So that's all I really need, man. It's just simple. I feel like the icing is just too much, too sweet, bro. So it gets me right.
Do you have a go-to dessert then, though? Is it plain cake?
Plain cake.
Plain cake.
Plain
All right, good
cake.
to know.
I like cheesecake a little bit too, depending on where I get it from. But plain cake, bro. Yeah, most definitely. Even my ice cream, just straight vanilla, no nothing on it, none of that. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, simple. So
Shake, Darren Wolfson from the local ABC affiliate.
What's
Happy
up, man?
belated birthday.
appreciate it.
All right, well, you don't like icing. What else will surprise us about you as we get to know you this entire year? What will surprise
I
us?
can't give away all my tricks and trades, man. But I feel like just through the season, man, we'll just kind of get to know one another. I'm excited. I love shoes, man. I try to design my own shoes. I do that. I don't know, man. The more time we spend together, I feel like we'll kind of get to know each other. So we'll see. Yeah.
Shake, just for we didn't watch you every single day, so how much would you say you played the one versus the two? And it sounds like they are going to lean on you a lot, maybe for playmaking and initiating. Just how much of that did you do in Philly versus being off the ball and playing there?
Honestly, it was a good mixture. It was a good mixture depending on what lineups I was playing with. When I was on the floor with James, mainly I would be kind of off ball, but I'm on the floor with Tyrese and DeAnthony. I would be kind of be on ball too, and me and Tyrese could kind of ping pong back and forth between on the ball, off the ball. I was on the ball and off the ball in college too, so it's kind of been something I've done my whole life. I'm used to it. Especially now, if you look at where the game is going these days, you just kind of have ball playmakers, you know what I mean? That's kind of where the game is, and I feel like guys are getting so much more talented. You see these young guys coming in. It's just they're able to do so much. So it really becomes less about, just shooting or just playmaking. Most guys can just play basketball, and I think that's kind of where I fit in. It's just being able to play the game of basketball, whether that be on the ball or off the ball. Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Thank you.